If I could only have 10 bags, which 10 bags would they be? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos every week. So Lou tagged me in this video. It's 10 bags tag / predicting my handbag collection in the next 10 years. And I didn't want her choices to influence mine. So I paused the video as soon as I heard the topic. I came up with my list and then I went back to watch her video. If you haven't seen her video, you can check it out in the description box below. But I wanted to mix contemporary brands and more affordable brands and some luxury designer brands too. Because let's be honest, we're not gonna take a Chanel bag to Disneyland, right? I feel like we need a range of different bags. And if I can only have 10, I need to choose very wisely. And when she first tagged me in the video, I was like, oh yeah, 10 bags, that's easy. I can easily do 10 bags. And then as I was coming up with the list, I was like, wait, this is not so easy anymore. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I have my whole list here on my laptop, so yeah. Okay, so starting with an everyday bag, I decided to go with my Pelen numero 10, the number 10. And I chose this because of how carefree the bag is, and also the more affordable price points. Right now it's pretty trendy because you can wear it as a shoulder bag, but you can also wear it as a crossbody. You can wear it across your chest as a bum bag. And I do love the zipper for this. It just makes the bag more secure. Also, it's a black bag, right? So I feel like you can just wear this for the next 10 years for the rest of your life, assuming the quality holds up. But I don't think I'll have a problem using this in the future. I think this is going to be a very timeless bag. Even if it's not the hottest bag at the moment anymore, it's still going to be a bag that I can use as an everyday bag. I don't have to baby it. And I think that's what you really want in an everyday bag. So we are choosing the Pelen numero 10. That's bag number 1. For bag number 2, I am choosing an evening bag. And for me, I think I needed an evening bag that had a little bit of sparkle to it, if that makes sense. You can use any black bag as an evening bag theoretically, right? But I feel like this bag is just so unique. I don't have anything else like it in my collection, and I think that this will, at least in my collection, last the test of time. If I can only have, I guess now we're down to 9 other bags, I think that this is going to be a great one to keep, just because for any kind of special events, any kind of even a casual outfit, I feel like this really just elevates the look. So we are going to keep this in the collection. For the third bag, I am choosing one work bag, and I went kind of back and forth on which work bag I wanted, but I think we're gonna go with the book tote. I know it's not as timeless as the Neverfull would be, or literally any other tote. I do think that in terms of the practicality of this bag, it's probably not the best work bag, but I just love the design of this bag so much that if I could only have 10 bags, I think this is gonna be a top contender for me. I really don't plan on going back to the office every single day, and maybe I won't have to go back to the office, so maybe I don't even need a work bag, who knows. But I think that this makes for a great work bag. I love the print of this, and if I can only have 10 bags, I might as well add this one to the list. So the next bag, we're really planning way in advance here, but I want to make sure that I have this on the list as a just in case, right? Because if I am predicting my handbag collection in the future, and while I may not have kids now, I may or may not have kids in the future. So I want to make sure that we have our bases covered. So for my baby bag / I guess your carefree bag, diaper bag, whatever you want to call it, I have to have my Longchamp Le Pliage. It is a lightweight bag. It is just so carefree. I think I made a TikTok on this, I'm not sure. It just I was drenched in the rain in Florence when I got this bag, and everything inside the bag was dry. And also I feel a lot of people want the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, or some sort of luxury designer bag as their diaper bag, but kids are disgusting. I would not want to, I feel my heart would not break if it got messed up or it got really gross in any way. I feel I would be, mentally I would be okay. It's a $150 bag. Obviously that's not cheap, but in comparison to like a Louis Vuitton bag, it's not that bad. I'd much rather use a Longchamp as a baby bag, diaper bag, mommy bag in comparison to a luxury designer. And obviously this is like way in advance here. Like there are no kids in the future right now, but we want to be prepared if we can only have 10 bags. Very similarly, I added in a travel bag in this list. I wasn't sure if we get 10 handbags and then get as many travel bags as we wanted. I wasn't sure about the whole prompt, but I'm including a travel bag in this because I literally cannot imagine my life without one. It's also going to be Longchamp. It's going to be the Longchamp expandable duffel. I do have it. I just didn't want to open it up, so you're going to see a picture either here or here. But I really love this bag. I do not travel anywhere without it. You can make it like smaller, like if it's like zipped up normally, then you can slide it underneath the seat in the airplane, so that's your personal item. And then if you want to expand it, then you have like your carry-on. Like when I was bringing back my Dior book tote, which was not an easy task, I had to film the YouTube video in Hawaii because I wasn't even sure if I would be able to bring the box and everything back. Like it was rough. But because the bag expanded, it fit the entire book tote on the plane, and then I could just and then I think I hand carried the box onto the plane, and then if they made me ditch it, then at least there was nothing inside. But at least my bag was like secured, and it was like not going to get dirty, ruined in any way. But that is why I bring that Longchamp with me for every single vacation, because sometimes you never know what you're going to come home with. And I'd much rather have my my luxury items, anything that I bought recently, with me on the plane versus checking it in, because you never know what happens there. Okay, so this is bag number 6, and I put a white bag. I went back and forth on kind of which white bag I wanted, and I chose a white bag because I always wear kind of like lighter colors. I always wear pastels, and I feel like a white bag just looks better than a black bag in those cases. So I feel like I needed a white bag. This may not be for everyone, but I personally needed a white bag. And I chose the Easy Pouch and Strap for a few reasons. I think the price point is a very reasonable price point. I think it's around $1,600 for an all leather bag. You can wear it with the chain to dress it up. You can also wear it with the strap. You can like extend it to wear it like as a crossbody, and you can wear it as a shoulder bag. So there were so many different ways to wear this bag. If you haven't seen the video where I had a little bit of quality issues with this bag, that has now been resolved. This is a new bag. Haven't had any, well, actually I didn't look, but haven't had any issues since that I've noticed. And so I think like just having a white bag in general would last me the test of time. I was a little bit nervous that this was going to be like a super popular bag, and it was like a super trendy bag that like wouldn't last the test of time. But I think like honestly, it's a white crossbody. If you wear it with a chain, it's a white chain bag. I don't feel like it will look dated in a few years, or by the time I'm like 50, I don't know. So I do really like this bag. The only thing with this bag, it is a little bit small. So that's something to keep in mind if you're interested in getting this. But I think having a white bag for the list is gonna be a necessity for me. Okay, now we are moving on to more like hypothetical bags. I wanted to cover at least all the bags in my collection, and then bags that I'm like kind of manifesting, we're putting out there in the universe, and then maybe like if we can get it, then obviously this would be a timeless bag, and obviously I would have this for the rest of my life, you know? So the next bag, I'm looking for like an iconic bag. This is not gonna be an everyday bag, but this is gonna be a bag that you just bring out like every so often for special events, or just when you feel like you want to dress up. I don't know. And that bag is a Birkin 25 in black noir, gold hardware. I feel like I'm not asking for too much here. I'm asking for a black Birkin in a size 25 with gold hardware, you know? But if the Hermes gods want to grace me with a Birkin, I obviously would not say no. So that's going to be the bag that I would want. I think that if I could only have one Hermes bag, it would be that one. But yeah, so we're manifesting that. We're putting that into the universe. We'll see what happens. I will be going to Paris, and I'm going to shoot my shot. I don't have very high hopes, and I know like it's so competitive now. Like in Paris, you really have to like keep applying for appointments. So we will see. I'm not getting my hopes up, but if I could only have 10 bags, I would want one of those in my collection for the 10 bags I can only have. The next bag is a backpack. I feel like sometimes I just want to be hands-free. Maybe like you're running errands or you're going to like Disneyland, I don't know. Disneyland's so expensive, I'm not going back. But like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes you're like traveling to a different city and you want to be hands-free. I don't know. Since I've gotten the Palm Springs Mini, that's the backpack that I take with me, but I don't know that backpack's gonna last me the test of time. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna use that bag when I'm like 60 years old, and we kind of went over this and I feel like that made some people mad. That's okay. If I could only have one backpack, I think I would choose a Chanel backpack. I think it's like the Business Affinity one. I'm not sure. I'll put a picture here, and I've been seeing them quite a bit and I think they're so cute because it's not as small and it doesn't hang like where your butt is. I feel like it just will last better. It'll last the test of time. But I do think that having a backpack in your list of 10 bags would be a necessity, just because sometimes you just want to be hands-free, you know? So for number 9, I went kind of back and forth on a bag that I feel like I should have. I don't know if I necessarily love it yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. But I feel like a bag I should have because I'm trying to predict my handbag collection for the rest of time. I feel like I would want a Lady Dior. Right now, I'm a little bit like on the fence. I feel like I think I want it because every single time I'm like doing different polls on Instagram or TikToks and things like that, a lot of you guys are like, oh, well, you should get the Lady Dior. You should get the Lady Dior. So I don't know if it's enough people telling me that I want the Lady Dior that makes me like think like, oh, I should probably get it. But like, I tried it on in stores. I don't hate it by any means. And I do think that it's a classic timeless bag. I just don't love it. Like, I feel like there were bags that I saw, like my book tote, for example, the Crystal Reedition, my Celine Triomphe that I got recently. I feel like when I saw the bag, I like fell in love. Like my heart started beating faster and I just got so excited about it. And when I tried on the Lady Dior, it just didn't do that for me. Not to say that it won't do that for me in the future. So that's why I'm going to keep it on this list because I do think it's a timeless bag. I do think it's a classic bag for Dior. And I'm sure maybe in like 20 years, I would want it. I don't know. But I'm keeping this on the list because if I'm predicting a handbag collection for the rest of time and I can only have 10 bags, maybe I would want it. Obviously, if I had the bag, I don't think I'd be like, oh, I hate it. Like, it's ugly. I'm not going to use it. Obviously, I would use it. Like, obviously, I like the bag enough to use it. And I could see myself using that when I'm like 50 years old, 60 years old, however old, right? So if I'm predicting that handbag collection and just like trying to foresee into the future, I think we should go with the Lady Dior, but I'm not sure. And last but certainly not least, my 10th bag is going to be a classic bag. And I'm gonna have to go with the Chanel Mini. I really don't feel like I can justify spending, $10,000 on a classic flap at this point. This has the same capacity as the classic flap in the small size. And it's pretty much half the price. So I don't feel like I need to spend that much money on the classic flap. I could see myself using this for the rest of time. I think I am content with having the mini in my collection and not having the classic flap. And I think that this is going to be a classic. I also don't carry very much. So it's not like, in terms of like capacity, it's not that big of an issue. But yeah, that sums it up. I feel like choosing 10 bags originally, you're like, oh yeah, that's easy. I could definitely choose 10 bags in my collection, no problem. And then once you actually sit down to start building that list of what you're gonna want to use, not just now, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now, maybe 20 years from now, and you can only have these 10 bags, I feel like I had to think really hard for it. But thank you again, Lou, for tagging me in this video. If you haven't seen her video, I'll leave it in the description box below. I tagged a few other friends to, spread the cheer. But I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!